I hope you are doing well. I wanted to share 3 important points which I have experienced and actually practiced myself and found out to be really useful to level up your success. Now, when I say level up your success, it might mean different thing for different person. It might mean that you want to become a better version of yourself every single day and never stop growing. It might mean something else for somebody else. So first of all, figure out what does success mean to you. All right. So number 1, whenever you are in an emotional state, never make a decision. What do I mean by that? So of course, decisions are made based on emotions itself. But let's say when you are extremely happy and extremely sad, okay, your emotions are running high and low extremely, that is the time you do not make any decision. So what do? Just keep your mouth shut. Okay, so whatever is going on within you, let's say if you are in a very low phase of emotion and you are angry at somebody, you are sad, you want to vent out, you want to just respond or react to somebody in a manner that has hurt you. So what you do, you just keep your mouth shut. Okay, do not speak, because the moment you keep your mouth shut, now you might feel that, okay, I cannot because I have to let that out. Okay, so what you can do is you can maybe just count 1 to 10 or 1 to 100, or just count the number of seconds, or you can chant something. If you are practicing any mantra or anything, just start chanting it within you. Just take some pause, and then after some time, when you have stabilized your emotion, that is the time you respond. Now let's say when you are too happy, of course you can make a decision and you feel like everything in the world is fine, and then people realize, okay, I was in a different state of mind, that's why I made this decision. But anyway, what you need to do is again apply the same technique. Hold on for some time. Yeah, enjoy the moment. I mean, if you're happy, just continue being that, okay? But when you have stabilized and you are not under the influence of whatever the situation is, then you make that decision. So when you are making a decision, come from an aspect of neutral perspective or neutral aspect from wherever you are making the decision, at least most of the time. This might vary from situation to situation basis, but this is the most common and generic thing and the easiest thing that you can do. Just pause, okay, and then take a breath and then make the decision when you have settled down. Why? Because see, when your emotions are running high or low, what happens is it drives you in a certain manner. Sometimes you go out of your control and you have no idea what you are about to do, what you are going to say or do, and later on you regret it. So it's always good to take a pause, okay, whether you are angry, sad or extremely happy, you can take a pause and then you can, decide whether you want to make any decision or not. So this is a very good practice which you can also begin with the small things in your day-to-day life, just to understand how it works and imbibe it in certain major aspects. Okay. Number 2, now this is something I realized it myself because I was trying to find out what is that. I have used the word key, okay, the lock and key factor, the key. So what is the key you have that you can unlock your potential in your entire day? So let's say, given in any 24 hours, there might be a lot of things that you might be doing which is helping you to become a better person, go to the next level of success. It can be anything. It can be your exercise, it can be your nutrition, it can be, sticking to your timelines of routine, it can be the way you practice mindfulness, it can be meditate, it can be anything that helps you go to the next level. And the list might vary, okay? At the same time, if you be a little conscious, you would realize that there might be 1 or 2. I would suggest stick to one thing that if you do daily, if you do it, then all the remaining things in the day fall on in its place. So what does that mean? Let me give you an example. So let's say my day-to-day activity and everything is fine, but one activity, so let's say getting up in the morning at a particular time, let's say 4 a.m. Okay, if I wake up at 4 a.m., then all the other things that I have to do throughout the day falls in its place. Now, let's say some days if I'm not able to wake up at 4 a.m., what happens is I keep feeling that, okay, something is missing, or I have to rush, or this has not been done, or I did not get time to just sit, or anything like that. So that is one particular thing, that is one particular activity which when you do it, everything feels like it's falling in its own place and you do not have to feel overwhelmed or rushed. And when it does not happen, your entire day routine go for a toss in some way or the other. This is just an example. So figure out what is that one thing. For some people, it can be, having a particular a kind of meal in a day, that okay, I want the breakfast at this point of time, and it sets that my entire day and night and everything. So figure out what is that key. It might sound very, very, very simple, which it is, but you have no idea how much power it holds. Because when you start unlocking the simplest of solutions in life, you will understand how much complications people have brought in their life unnecessarily. Okay, so figure out what is your key. And the third thing is, whenever you are about to make any decision, always write it down. Never make a decision in your head. Why? Because in your head, you do not have any comma or full stop. It just goes on in a loop, in a loop, in a loop. So what happens is you tend to make lot of unnecessary things a big thing. Okay, it might not be even real, it might not be even relevant. So what happens is, whatever thoughts are coming in your mind, when you write it down, you realize, oh my God, it is just stopping here. There is nothing else to think about. Then why am I going in this constant rant inside my head? So when you write things down, it becomes not just very clear, but it actually helps you to understand the things you are supposed to do, the things you are not supposed to do. You get so much of clarity. Okay, so remember these three things and try to imbibe it in your daily life, because you have no idea how much these simplest of things have the power to shift the entire dynamics of your success, of leveling up your growth, or whatever you feel is important to you. Practice it, implement it, and let me know how it goes. Thank you so much. Namaskaram.